Christmas, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell, and welcome back to our series of videos, the 12 Games of Christmas, where we talk about great gifts that you can buy for others or yourself for Christmas. In this particular one, we're talking about kids' games, which is why I'm here by myself. I have a variety of children of all sizes and ages, and this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to tell you about 12 great games that not only are fantastic to play with kids, but you can hopefully find them right now, which we tried to pick games for these lists that are available. Many of them can be found at Cool Stuff Games on the internet, and so just go around and look for these games. I did not put these games in any particular order. I just picked 12 fantastic games for kids. Before we jump into that, there's a chance you could win a $50 gift certificate and buy one of these games for yourself, and that's thanks to our sponsor, Gstone. Gstone is an app which you can download for free, and it's kind of a social media style app where you can start game groups and do all sorts of things. And in each of these videos, we're talking about a specific part of it. In this particular video, we're talking about the fact that you can not carry rule books around for games anymore. You can go right to the app and click on different games and find out the rules for these games, or even videos for them. If you want to watch a game video about the game, and of course I'm a little biased because many of our own videos from the Dice Tower are there. But if you want to learn more about games, go there. By signing up for this app, you will be entered. We're going to draw a winner for each of our 9 videos, and we'll announce all those on December 2nd. So you have a chance to get maybe one of these games I'm talking about. So speaking of games, let's jump into it. Now, the first one here is Wacky Races, the board game. So Wacky Races is kind of ironic. This is based on a cartoon that most kids will never even remember, but it's a silly Hanna-Barbera cartoon where all these people are racing around in cars. That's what you do in this one. You have one of these wacky racers, and you're racing around a game track, playing cards, trying to jump in front of each other, trying to mess up the other cars. It's a silly, very light racing game that I think kids will really enjoy, especially with the 3D plastic models that you have. Then we have My First Castle Panic. Now this is a game for the very younger set, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. And Castle Panic, the adult version, you have forces coming in and you're defending your castle. This is the same thing. You have a path, you can see it here in the picture, where different monsters are coming down this path, and you have to stop them from breaking down the castle by playing cards that match the symbols. It's a good way to teach kids colors and symbols, and it's a cooperative game. You work together. I really like this one. Bugs on Rugs. Kids like bugs. I don't know that adults do as much, but this has cute little bugs in it. And this is what we call a drafting game. This is a game that actually adults could play too, but it works well with kids. You have some cards, you're going to pick one, keep it, pass them around, and then you get points based on the different cards that you keep. You know, maybe some cards, if the most you have, you get points. Sometimes you're trying to get 4 exactly of a card. A simple, fun game with cute artwork, Bugs on Rugs. Then we have Zombie Kids Evolution. Zombies are kind of a scary thing, but not in this particular game. You got a bunch of kids who are fighting against zombies. This is a cooperative style game, and it's called Evolution because it will change from game to game. Each game that you play, if you meet different achievements in the game, you'll get to open up some secret envelopes in the game which will add a rule or change a rule. That's fascinating to kids. Kids really like that. It's definitely one where the characters, and there's a bit of growth throughout the game, and even after you open up everything in the box, you can still play it over and over again. Really great, especially with elementary kids. Zombie Kids Evolution. You'll notice I talk about a lot of cooperative games. The next one here, Magic Maze Kids, is another one. Now this one's based on an adult game, Magic Maze, where there's no communication allowed. In Magic Maze Kids, if you play the basic level, you can communicate. And what's happening in this game is you're moving a couple animals around on this board. And you're doing so by each person at the table can move animals only in one direction. Maybe I can only move them left, you can only move them up. So we have to figure out and work together to see who can move the animals to the spots they need to go. It teaches strong cooperative teamwork things, and that's great for kids. Wonderful game. Then we have Concept Kids. There's a lot of games here that are based on adult games. This one here is almost like a 20 questions style game where one kid is trying to get the rest of them to guess a specific animal. And you do that by putting these little, you can see those orange rings around characteristics of the animals. And then everyone else is saying, oh, okay, so this one has feathers. It's yellow. It's this. Oh, it must be this animal. And it works really well. It's better, I think, for younger children, but I like this one a lot. Concept Kids Animals. You want an absolute silly game that your kids will probably beat you at, then a dexterity game, Ice Cool is what I would recommend. We've been recommending this one. As a heads up, there's also Ice Cool 2. It's the exact same game, just has different rooms and you can even combine them. But in Ice Cool, you have some penguins who are trying to get out of class. I can certainly understand that. And you will flick these penguins while one player is playing the hall monitor and trying to capture the other penguins. It's silly fun. The penguins have these ball bearings balanced in them so that they wobble and weeble and jump around the board. It is a lot of fun, and you'll have your kids asking you to play this time and time again. Then we have the only Christmas-themed game on the list. That's Santa's Bag. I like this one because, well, the Christmas season, why not play a game about giving gifts to the good and bad kids? Well, mostly just the good kids here. And you are trying to collect different fabrics and parts to get the right toys that you can then give to the kids, and you're going to get points for giving gifts to the different children. Great artwork, a fun theme because all the kids like getting toys or giving toys, mostly getting toys. But either way, that's what this game is about. Santa's Bag. Then we have Slide Quest. Man, when I was a kid, I used to play the labyrinth wooden games where you would turn the knobs to try to make the marble whirl around without falling into holes. I was terrible at it. Well, this game makes it a little bit easier, but also makes it cooperative, where each person controls one side and you're all tilting this board, trying to move pieces around without having them fall into holes. And then each time you play, you can put a different top onto this game and different things, so the game kind of changes. It's really fun. Again, it's another game you can play with your kids. A lot of laughter is going to ensue. Really, really fun. Then we have another cooperative game. You'll note that I put a lot of these on the list because I think cooperative games work really well with children, and that's SOS Dino. This game, there's volcanoes, well, 4 volcanoes actually erupting, and you are trying to get the dinos and their eggs to safety. And so each turn you'll draw a tile from a bag, making lava flow from one of these volcanoes, and everyone else is moving dinosaurs, trying to rescue eggs and get the dinosaurs to the mountains to safety. Really great pieces, and there's this real sense of urgency in this game, and the lava's coming. Kids will love it. Another flicking game, and another one that has almost a Christmas theme to it, that's Snowman Dice. In this game, you're rolling dice as quickly as you possibly can. And when you get the different parts of a body part of a snowman, you build them, and then you start pushing that snowman to the middle while everyone else starts flicking snowball dice at it, trying to knock it over. It's crazy. It's insane. That's the kind of game kids like. Snowball dice, it's also really small and easy. You can carry it around in your pocket. And finally, let's talk about books. Books, you might say, that doesn't make any sense. Well, these are fantastic books. It's also a game called the Crusoe Crew. Many people who are watching this video have grown up reading the Choose Your Own Adventure books. That's what the Crusoe Crew is. It's a bunch of Choose Your Own Adventure books, but instead of being a written story, they're graphic novels. They're like comic panels, and you look for clues on them, and you might see a closet with the number 14 on it, so then you'll turn to page 14 or panel 14 and look at that. But what makes the Crusoe Crew even more unique is that there are 4 books, 1 for each player, and when you play with that, you will see things from your perspective. So a taller kid in the story will be able to see things the shorter kids might not. One of the kids can talk to animals, so if you see an animal, you might be able to do something they don't. So it's a cooperative, choose your own adventure graphic novel. It's amazing. I love these. They're fantastic. I think everyone who has kids should get one of these. So those are 12 games I highly recommend that you get for your kids, kids you know in the neighborhood. That kid who comes and tries to sell you chocolate at the door, give a Christmas gift instead. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget our contest that we mentioned at the beginning of the video, and don't forget there's also 8 more videos we're doing this week all about games for Christmas. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks so much for watching The Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.